I met him in Austin at Sherwood Forest, and just got together and started talking. And I bought this and stuff. It's so high quality and it's really pretty awesome. 5.
I look so washed out. Ew.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, boy! Really loud right now.
So you can see the new rendering set where the ship flew in and cast a giant shadow on the wall. You can see the metals, the materials, and all the color customizations are going to just pop off the screen.
You can customize it? Is that color customized?
But I don't think we want to run a solo mission, so I think we should invite last year's Space Team up to the stage. Oh yeah!
Space Force.
Space Force.
That's what I just said. You think
So,
right.
things work a little bit differently
Think
for
glad.
a Railjack.
Oh! Oh, we're back. We're back. Just kidding.
Rebecca's going to search some JoJo memes or something.
Fake out.
Things work a bit differently for the Railjack. It has the pilot guns, so we're go quickly through the UI. You have a piloting gun position, you have share the same equipment. All of these weapons don't level up, but they are technologically leveled up instead of using them like you do in the rest of Warframe. And you have ordnance, which is things like missiles, and you have your defensive things, like in this case, the decoy. So again, we'll just keep moving on through here.
This is crazy.
Of course, you can customize it.
No.
What are you going to do?
It says JoJo. Uh-oh, somebody's gonna get sued.
You had to do that, didn't you? So the core of the Railjack is a shared frame. Well, it's a bad pun, I suppose, but a shared chassis. And the engines, the shields, generators, all of these things will be technology that you earn exploring space and using those to upgrade your Railjack.
There's a new update for
When you're in a squad, everything
Warframe seems pretty damn cool.
And we'll get that same technology.
America.
Again, invested in their own Railjack. So we're kind of trying to solve that problem of whose Railjack is it and whose systems are in effect.
Yeah, the Railjack.
Yeah, shared loop, which means that even if you're on a friend's Railjack, you'll get the same shit thing you unlock-wise everybody together.
Okay. No pink.
Which is good, because separate progression sucks ass.
Yeah, always. Especially if you're playing with people that aren't your friends.
So this is different than last year. This is much more fleshed out. What we want you to do for Empyrean is get in your
I'm
ship.
getting free space vibes.
Seamlessly to mission. But those missions actually have storms, void storms in space, or other circumstances that might be different factions. So instead of modding up to capacity, what you do is you put much more systems into your ship in preparation and manage those changes based on the circumstances you play. So we've got our battle modules, which are a little bit like, imagine a Warframe, but you could slot all of the abilities in. So these are the battle modules, but I think we're going to see...
Like Dreadnought. Dreadnought has
tactical
battle
abilities that affect combat and also help you support the away team, so keep an eye out for that. And then you have forces like the shields and the engines, and all of these things are upgradable.
So it looks like we have a maximum amount of energy you're allowed to use, kind of like Eve with your power generators.
Right, and then lastly, we'll gloss over this a little bit, but rather than going with a damage system that's persistent, which much more exciting and interesting that you could use surplus resources to boost the ship rather than having to keep constantly in this kind of damaged weapon, broken weapon state. So that's how that system works.
Who's the ship
That's kind of cool.
resources? I don't know what that's.
So if you just have like, for example, I have like 700 million titanium.
Okay.
I can now use that to boost my ship rather than just having it sit useless in my inventory.
Okay, yeah. Get more reasons for all the stuff that you're collecting to matter.
Yeah, that's one of Warframe's big problems is the economy needs work as far as resources.
So let's go aboard Rebecca's Railjack and meet her crew.
TC crew? Cool.
Crew, welcome aboard. I am Cephalon Sly. You will refer to me as such. Aboard this railjack, we work before we play.
So when you respond, fuck you, I own you, you're my shit.
The way this is fleshed out is, Meg and Danielle, part of Space Team, are going to help Rebecca on these missions we're going to show you. But there are NPCs on this ship, the crew, which you are earning, you're hiring, and firing them with other specializations that affect the way the ship plays. So we've actually got a Solarian engineer down here who can upgrade the ship for us.
Special abilities, that's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the guy.
So there's really a deeper customization there, which includes also the civilians of the world trying to help the town.
Wow, this is awesome. This is a free-to-play game.
Dynamic lighting, real-time shadows.
This is blowing my mind.
It really feels lifted up.
God, the amount of stuff in Warframe is ridiculous. For any of you watching, if you want a free-to-play game
First mission we're gonna do,
and you like the concept of Anthem or you like the concept of Destiny or any of those
recruited,
AAA games that just shit the bed almost immediately,
doesn't need to copy.
play Warframe. They actually they didn't have a publisher breathing down their neck to ruin the project.
The Angry Army flag on that.
This is pretty shit. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna sell like different models of shit, probably. I hope they don't go Star Citizen with
Oh God, Star Citizen. I think it's still in development. Oop.
You know I gotta see more, don't you leave, dog. Let's go explore.
It's like it opens a wormhole.
Whoa. Yeah.
And you can navigate the subspace.
We walked in.
Only the translate ship.
You know, I would love.
Fire everything!
We do.
That would be my
Yes,
order.
JoJo needs some upgrades.
Every time. Fire everything.
Recorded. Move accordingly.
Megan, Danielle, go back to bed.
Huh. Do Tenno not need air?
Alright, we collected that. So Megan
I like
is
that there's
on a turret, and Danielle is just enjoying the view, cockpit.
Proximity target detected.
Becca seems to be driving. Very nice.
should explore for roughly.
One thing you'll notice is that we've worked hard to try to prevent the players from getting sick by piloting each other. So Meg's whole turret system here is counter-rotating to compensate for Rebecca's drunk flying.
Interesting. Very nice. They've got the player experience in mind at all times.
And Danielle's in there doing resource compaction. So there's, if that kind of thing is what you like to do, go out, collect resources and find interesting technology into the system in places you never could go before, that is also cooperative and interesting from a team play perspective. But I think there's probably an old tower we might be able to find something on.
I really want them to get rid of all the instant teleports. Like, you know how you instant navigation and you click a mission and you just go there? I think it'd be fucking sick if you had to fly your ship to that planet to do those missions.
Yeah, but that might get annoying over time.
It's just more about having the experience and then finding shit along the way. Right now, it just all
Yeah.
goes way too instant.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there are people that would argue for that. I, like you, would like that.
Archives marked.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Yeah.
But if it does, pay attention to how Rebecca's, again, able to support that away team. Even when she's on the railjack, they are connected. They are still a connected fighting force.
How? How is she able to support?
What happens if someone leaves? They just take the ship and leave. Everyone's stranded. Like, oh, man.
Play with your friends.
You're gonna have to.
Encrypted archive. Crew. Might find this interesting. Investigate. Watch your back.
I guess I'm just saying, I want the game to feel more like a whole experience and not just like modules. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand.
You see all the enemies on the map there.
So Rebecca,
And line for
what does she just do? Tactical shot.
She's a tactical man.
She's like a commander. That's so cool.
And she's
Is
like
she
dropping
knocking them
stuff.
on the map or shocking them?
Yeah, that's cool.
No, she's shocking them. That's why they're in this blue. That is really cool. You know, wouldn't that make the game too easy?
That's awesome. Oh man, imagine if they let you hire like Premier and Corpus and Wayne teams and you could like send in Marines and shit with like Warframe. That'd be so cool.
Fuck, kill it. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. There you go. Hame.
Anyway, yeah, remember Anthem?
Man, fuck Anthem. How is this free to play game? What?
What's that?
Oh, please. I'm just worried about difficulty. That seemed way too easy. How the hell
So,
something like that difficult?
now that was simple. We killed some
That's something
infested,
they were talking about.
and we earned some Shadowfield tech
The
from
game's
Railjack,
balanced
which
around
is coming in really handy. Just hold for a sec. But I was wondering if you guys would like to see the Kingpin system.
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
Spider-Man.
So there's a problem Rebecca has, and we're not calling them Kingpins. They are not created when you kill them. I mean, they are not created when they kill you. They are created when you kill them. They are what we like to call Kuba liches. And they are spikes with Kuba, and they go out in the field hoping that you will kill them with a Warframe power so that they can steal it. And this is a character custom to you that will have a long-term relationship with you. And Rebecca has one that's been hounding her for a while and has grown so powerful that he controls his own capital ship now. So let's see if Galleon Orgo is detected anywhere.
What?
Remember the Nemesis system in
There we
Shadow
go.
of Mordor? Same thing.
Kobe.
They had a Nemesis system. Yeah, that's exactly what he just described.
Oh, that's cool. So they're in like subspace and whatnot, but all of a sudden they saw this other massive ship also in there with them, and there was like this roar, screech like thing that happened.
No fucking way. Will we get all off?
So there's the void storm rolling in. That's going to create a complication here.
So
as we are going to try to take down this Kuba Lich who's got his own capital ship. So this is going to get absolutely bonkers in a second. But I just want to point out that you're not the only one with cruise ships. And there is a whole kind of space GTA aspect to Imperium that hopefully we can pull off right now. So let's give it a try.
Are they gonna go aboard the fucking ship? No fucking way. Ooh. Oh.
Whoa, you can like infiltrate other people's ship.
Launch all fighters.
You can do a full-on boarding party. That's sick. And you just like warp into it.
What's up, motherfuckers? Well, you better protect your rifle. Doing work inside the ship. Got that lady that was talking.
Because I can kind of just film myself since I'm here.
Danielle.
The graphics are definitely improved.
So done. The lighting. Volumetric lighting.
Volumetric.
Volumetric. Volumetric. Yeah. Yeah, it really gives the environment a whole lot more. Ooh!
I've been trying to improve my drawing abilities by using my arm to make movements rather than just my hand, because that also helps with your gaming. But it's really weird to use like different systems for common actions. And while I can obviously do it, my mind is just kind of like, ah. My mind's just like, I don't like it. Stop. Like if you play a video game on an emulator.
Okay, this is really fun.
And like, so if you play like a PlayStation 2 game or something using an emulator on a PC, and your computer just kind of chugs even though like the game is from like 30 years ago or whatever, or not 30 years ago, like 10 years ago.
That's the Nemesis system. That's the bad guy that's talking to you. His ship. That is ship dead ahead. To the left. We've got two ships wrecked. Rebecca and Megan now.
I gotta stretch. Okay.
Torpedoes incoming! Our help is by the upper, the top. I like how the health bars are different depending on what ship class you're doing. That's cool. Nice little touch.
So cool. It's ship-to-ship combat in space.
Shoot a hook, full squad, small arms.
Oh shit!
Soldiers off my ship.
Rebecca!
So
It's
there are
being
times when
invaded.
Railjack gets owned by ram sleds and you need to get back quick. So you can do that.
We got an enemy boarding party. I like how the ship AI tells you we're being boarded so that you know you don't just get shot in the back.
There's got to be an ability that lets you like stealthily infiltrate a ship though.
This is crazy. You're incorporating the level environments and space and ships and arc wings and
I still have to unlock an Arcwing in Warframe.
She's killing the engine of the other ship.
yeah,
Kind of like force the ship
overloaded.
Ooh, you can sabotage ships?
Get the fuck out there! Oh!
That was my favorite part of like the ship-to-ship combat in Star Wars Battlefront. Oh, I'm so hyped for this. I'm just gonna be playing non-stop Warframe. That's so cool.
3.2, I didn't expect it to be so open and you were allowed to kind of approach things with your own tactics. I thought it was kind of, you hear the word railjack, you think it's, you're on rails. No, you're not on rails.
Whoops.
You do
No,
what
go
you
back.
wanna do.
Redock.
You can do what you want to do.
I mean, you could tell they wanted to do
So
something
let's
like
look
this
at Google
because
Images
Arcwing.
support
There's the
is
ship.
taken
Right,
out.
our house
So
is
let's
pretty
go
low here.
beat him and see if we can put an end to this.
Maybe you'll also be able to use your Arcwings to just kind of like overwhelm your opponent.
Contact the surface and engage the disruptor field. Disruptor field. Avoid approach. They have a generator to inside. We cannot
Watch
specify
it.
available. You
What
are
is that? Dispatch signal. What is that?
It's a squad link.
Squad Link, are you going to be able to work with multiple squads? No fucking way.
There's your friend,
So this is
Sick
it.
boy.
We think this is the game changer. Squad Link. You've probably heard
Squad
for years
Link.
a lone lieutenant operative raiding the ship for supplies. And you wondered, who was that lone lieutenant operative? What if we could take our co-op game between people that are in the same session and connect them to other co-op games happening in real time all across the game?
What?
Truly, now we're turning this game into an MMO.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
The game is becoming a fucking MMO.
To save the day.
Dell's 15.
I like that his name is Brent Dell.
Brindell.
That's the name in it too.
This is you gotta change his color though. Brown is not cool enough.
That'd be blue and white. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this. So,
It's so
this
sick.
squad link allows us to use a beacon. It's opt-in, and it will basically listen to the police scanner. Anyone else in trouble?
So you could just be like a fucking superhero.
Support from my current.
Oh, you could be like a lone wanderer in
Play with
in-
the angry army, Dell.
All right, so now
in
on a prioritized list, friends, clanmates, alliances are now going to be invited to help you out in real time
It's
in
gonna
an objective that crosses the
I'm
barrier
nervous for
between
that.
games.
Destroy the community
Game.
to aid the railjack party. Shields
I
lower.
wonder if you could like see them like.
Oh, they're
So
generating
now-
shields from the planetary
Holy
surface like
shit.
Star Wars.
There's the support shield. This is motherfucking Battle of Endor!
I knew it.
It's the battle event. Oh yeah.
Do a battle of
Huh.
Endor.
So you could be on the surface and like support like taking out shields and shit to support your bros in space.
Bring these fucking shields down.
It's so cool. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, now I have like an issue of trying to fill this in.
Barrier. This is possible without squad link, but it's a much more difficult situation and doesn't have the squad link resources and rewards.
I'm gonna look it up.
So the team has sacrificed a whole bunch of systems because they're in a power constrained situation, trying to hold them off and buy time for Fish Team to take care of that disruption.
Whoa! You have beam weapons too? This is insane. When I'm watching it now, this is becoming like a reaction let's play or reaction thing. So what's happening on my screen? Because I'm watching it on TV. I'm watching YouTube there. So on the surface, there's guys like taking out the shield generators, but in space, not only are they having ship-to-ship combat, but one of their mates is in the enemy ship, wrecking stuff inside.
He's got a horn. Oh! God. Like that. Shields are down. I think I just saw the health go from near zero to full health. You see your feet? I want the difficulty to be high.
I think it's the same with every.
Oh, it's multiple ships they're fighting.
It's only ever difficult if you're a new player and everyone else just shits on all the content. So I'm hoping they go really hard.
What was I saying?
Because they tried fixing that like a year ago, and it's still stupid. Like, a good player with good mods will one-shot everything on some ridiculous difficulty.
Nice. Get on. Is it going on the ship? Invasion? Extra railjack. We're going.
Wrong one.
Here we go.
You can tell I haven't really had many courses on this.
Combat. Individual trooper combat.
Every arclight can blink now.
Every arclight can blink. Hell yeah.
So there's that, but I want to get rid of the...
Let's go. Into the ship. Nice. Invasion team.
That's not true, Shaq. He first duration and multi-shot.
Bangarang!
Shoot everything. It is just like the Nemesis system, Joe. Seems pretty bitter.
I don't know, man. I gotta.
Starts rolling
This
in.
is
So
too
then
much.
you kill me.
I'm happy with some of these other systems. I'm skeptical that that's the Nemesis system. I mean, I'm happy if that's the kind of
He didn't
would be referring to previous encounters.
Yeah, he was. He said straight up, you killed me over and over, and I still get stronger. It's definitely a Nemesis system. They were.
The game at one time was crazy. And
Yeah, there was a Nemesis system they were working on for clans like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and it never got finished. I think this is what it turned into.
Okay, so some of the structure might have already been there.
Yeah, because they had like a kingpin system planned for clans.
Okay. Good. Now we're starting to get this sort of clan content.
This is Monika Zagrobelna. Welcome to Envato Tatska 60 seconds tutorial. When you paint an outline of a shape in Photoshop and you
Yeah, his name's right there.
want to
Okay, here we go.
fill it, it's not so easy. Using the paint bucket tool directly in the area creates a gap between the filling and the outline. If you use the tool once more to fix it, you kill the semi-soft edge. You could paint over the gap instead, but it's very time consuming. Let's use a trick instead. Use the magic wand tool to fill the inside of the outline. Now create a new action to save yourself some time in the future. Go to Select, Modify, Expand, and type 3. Go to Edit, Fill, then select, deselect. Finally, stop recording. Now you have a properly filled outline without any gap and ragged edges. And if you want to use the same trick in the future, just use the Magic Wand tool and play the action you have created today.
Wait, go back.
Outline edit, and you
There's
add the
like a
gap in the
tech-
area, but it's very time in the future. Trick instead. Use the Magic Wand tool to fill the inside of the outline. Now
Mhm.
create a new action to save yourself some time in the
Okay, let's do that. Thank you. I don't know who you are, but I will find your name out and credit you. So magic wand. And I don't have that. Okay. Name action.
future. Go to Select, Modify.
Why is that so? I'm so done with Xfinity. Why is the internet always so crappy? Take down their monopoly myself. Oh my god, I don't even need the whole thing. I just need that frame. Okay, I'll try and figure it out while it's loading. Properties, history,
Modify,
switches.
expand, and type 3. Go to Edit, expand, and type.
Actions, what? What is that? Because I don't think I'm not using CS6, I don't think. Painting?
A new action to save yourself some time in the future. Go to Select, Modify, Expand, and type 3. Go to Edit, Fill, then select, deselect. Finally, stop recording. Now you have a properly filled out.
Okay, but what is the action button? I'm gonna look it up. I'm the dancing demon, watch me twirl and hop and spin. Sure to give a smile, but I won't forget your sin. Oh, there we go. Creators betrayed us, we got it on tape. Written your fates and it can't be erased. Phil. Make me up. I'll be gone. Be gone. I'll be gone. Keep killing it. Okay, so record. See, I haven't learned things yet. Aha! So control function 2 will now be that move. Now what the... Okay, so hit modify.
Modify, expand, and type 3. Go to Edit, Fill, then select,
Wait,
deselect.
where's
Finally,
modify? Go back. Oh,
expand,
and select.
and type 3. Go to Edit, Fill, then select, deselect. Finally, stop recording. Now you have a properly filled outline without
3,
any gap and ragged
edits,
edges. And if you want to
and
use the same
fill.
trick in the future, just use the magic wand tool and play the action you have created today.
It was faster when the lady did it. Ha! Ha ha! What the hell is that? That's weird. Wait, am I in the right layer? Okay, I am in the right layer. Still odd though, but I guess I'll just... What is that? Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, hello, kitty. Kitty's just kind of tooling around right now. Fuck. I ruined it. Forgot to stop recording. Okay, so... Did I just accidentally change the color to black? I always make like 30 daily. Oh, no. Okay, good. Good. Good.
Finally, stop recording. Now you have a properly filled outline without any gap and ragged edges.
Thank
And
you,
if you want to use the same trick in the future, just use the magic wand tool and play the action you have created today.
Ballin'. Now I'm gonna... Actually, since I have that area selected, I should just be able to do the whole thing, shouldn't I? Yeah. There we go. Yay! Maybe I should have just magic selected the whole thing and then just done this. Oh well. Well, no, because there were areas that needed to be sealed off. Okay. Actually, I need the eyebrows here really quick. Go down. My leg is falling asleep. Now, what's that skin color I was doing earlier? Tan skin tone. Hexa. What was that bird tone thing? I think it was this one. No, it was a little lighter than that, but it was a D one. Can hit.
Has his number yet. I think they're gonna have to do something else.
Basically, he's got God mode until you do something.
I know that.
Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out what she's doing here.
Did she die?
No, she teleported out.
Megan? Oh, right. Okay,
To get back
she's
on
looking
the
for an alternate way to look at the city. Okay, and I was looking at the bad stuff. What you doing? Stop.
Burlywood. It's one of these.
Enough power, we're gonna have to
Burlywood
use
one.
The side guns, I think.
Oh, they didn't have enough power.
I think they're trying to support their friends in the boss battle right now by firing at the dude from outside.
Oh yeah, so to disable the shit. Look at them.
Oh, they're destroying generators outside the
Gotcha. So this has really been designed with cooperative in mind, giving you and your squad and your friends things to do. It could have really just been not optimized for cooperative playing together, but it seems like it is. And that's the best part.
The generator is losing power.
Yelling at each other like, "Hurry the fuck up! Hurry up!" Oh no, you got it. Oh, that's cool. Gives you information. 7 encounters with him. He's got weaknesses. He's got traits. That is so cool. This is. I do not like that AI ordering me around. I am the captain. Look at me. Stop calling me crew member. I am the captain.
I like this AI.
Whoa. So fucking cool. I love the creative designs as well of the Warframe universe. It's so cool to get something fresh looking and interesting. Hell yeah. Wow, guys. Wow.
Mind blowing.
And now it's time to get out of here before that void storm tears the ship apart.
knew Railjack would be something special. I'm just very happy with what I've seen here so far. How does the game make money if it's free? Well, that's up to you. Enjoying this. If you think that these developers deserve it, which I do, then you go in and you say, buy some customization for your Warframe, buy some of the little things that they offer in the store. And for a game like this, oh shit.
Hey,
Oh, with the
you finally gonna eat your dinner? The hell?
what's going on?
Is that a Tenno? I thought it's Warframe?
What?
So, for anybody that has no idea what the hell I'm saying, which probably many don't, because I don't have that many geeky friends like me. Anyways, the thing I'm watching, Warframe, you play as these things called Warframes, which are basically robots. But the robots are actually controlled by Tenno. People usually refer to you as Tenno, but you are technically a Warframe, which is a robot is being controlled by some psychic way out in who the hell knows where. Or maybe they're inside. I always thought that they were outside from what I learned, or from what I heard. But yeah. But if I'm not mistaken,
And for a game like this,
but yeah, and that's where all the Warframe powers come from. The Warframe units are very powerful, but their superpowers come from being connected with their Tenno, like their ice powers, their blood powers, the fire powers, the super mega ultra powers, the energy blades, and all that.
oh shit. Oh, with the
But it seems right now like, whoa, there was like this cosmic storm
what's going
that just
on?
shoved a Tenno out of its Warframe,
What?
which is weird because I didn't think the Tenno were even in the Warframes,
What's going on?
unless it just like pulled their soul out. And now the game looks like Fallout. What is that?
Oh yeah, for some of you the spoilers, but this game's been out for a while. Oh, there's that thing that was in the pool.
Never mind, I thought that was the other guy's thing. Apparently not.
Let's fight it. Kill it. Maybe it's good. Crazy, man.
Everything is almost monochrome right now, and they're on some unknown planet where there's some weird stuff going on, and in the distance, there's something with color.
So cool.
And it looks like a railjack ship, but an
Man,
old
this
one.
game has such unique sense of style. What the?
What is that? There's something riding on like a horse?
It's death. The four
I
horse.
don't like the way it looks at you though. Tenno, I would say run.
What the?
It looks like a warframe. Riding like a warframe skeleton horse. Oh, yep, it's attacking.
Hey.
Dang, it could.
When I ride that thing, I immediately want to.
No Tenno abilities. Damn. Plowed through. His mask is off.
The person didn't use the force.
Oh, there's all. You have more power here.
There have been other people on that planet before. No, it's the same guy, but
He's singing alternate timeline version of himself leave a gun for him? That's pretty sick.
Is that him? I don't even know if that's him.
I think
Alternate
that was him when
timelines.
younger, yeah. Oh man, don't start messing with time. That just fucks everything up. There is no good way to do time shit.
Yeah, I'm not only into the time stuff, but this might be something that
Maybe
Oh,
it
a
was
pretty big gun.
Time, no. Dimensions, yes.
I think it's a dimensional thing.
shut up. My name's yeah.
Whoa!
Ooh.
There's like a there's like a shotgun from a different dimension you just whipped out to kill like the horse riding thing.
I mean, that's what this is. What this guy is.
Oh! He's riding the horse now.
I want it.
Doesn't seem as like demonic though with him. Maybe he like changed form depending on the rider.
Man, we're coming up with more and more stuff. This is incredible. And I want to know what the hell is in that.
It's like a Stelnox from Legend of Zelda.
Red Dead.
Somebody's been playing too much Red Dead. They want to do something that. Man.
The Duviri Paradox. Oh, it's a time thing.
I don't know what that means. It's not
So much content.
But this is just ridiculous amount of content and coolness and just wow. I mean, now how EA has never gotten a live service game correct. Like, isn't Warframe like the best example of how to do a game and constantly add new content to it? I mean, the template for doing one right has been there the whole time.
Warframe and Path of Exile are
Warframe is one of those free-to-play games that's doing it right, guys. Seriously, holy shit. Anthem who? Why? What? Choke them all. Spit, this game's so crazy. Live service game, what? Yeah, just don't know how to do it, I guess. EA and Activision don't know how to do it. These guys do. They're constantly putting new stuff in the game. I don't mind supporting them at all. So, and the Warframe community is amongst the nicest.
Warframe is one of the
out there,
few
so
games I will actually buy some microtransactions for because what they're doing is great, and I want to emulate that in my own future company.
And a new season, but also the big ones that you were seeing there. That's not going to be out until Christmas.
Oh, the updates aren't coming out till Christmas.
Where you're going to be fighting Space Mom with Turn Evil, or no, actually Space Mom's brother. Maybe you want to try to rescue Space Mom in some way because they're talking about family, so maybe she's not lost, gone forever. And then also finally, then they showed the growing up, like the adult, some sort of the Duvivi paradox. I don't know what it was called, but it was like you're an adult, you're growing up, and there's horses. And it was like Red Dead Redemption.
Mistakes have been made.
This shit is crazy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Seriously, this is one I was really impressed by what I saw today. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the
Oh wait, no, because they're under the eyes. Okay, that's good. I could roll with that. But I do have to bring the eyes in then. But what I need... Oh, no, I know how to fix this. That's right, this is what I was trying to do before.
All right, before we start the film, I guess I should give a little intro as to what we're doing here, and it'll just play inside the YouTube video. We got
so my kitty goes to explore the garden.
420 Awards Show 2019 event, which was
a film.
This, you know Danny Derrick, right? Cool Cat.
You're talking to me or the other one?
Well, You were the one asking the question.
I'm just thrown off by calling it a film.
It's a film.
All right.
It's feature length. So
You know what? 72 minutes. Can't argue.
I haven't really seen much of this. I watched the first couple minutes. I noticed that there were some edits because I cross-referenced it with a clip that one of my fans took while they were there, and so he did cut out a couple things.
You're a real net
So we'll see how this is. It could be great. All right, I guess we're gonna start it.
Oh, all right. Oh, it's the logo from The Room.
And Derek Savage just blew up the whole fucking world.
I mean, that is the end game.
This is a track from Cool Cat. This is the first verse of the hip hop Cool Cat new song from Cool Cat, the kid's superhero.
Oh no!
Wait, is this just another re-edit of Cool Cat?
Oh no!
So
He's so
he
good.
just looped the intro there.
Is this just his fifth George Lucasing of Cool Cat Saves the Kids?
It's part of the extended universe.
As long as it's extended.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Punctuation between 4 and 20.
Man,
What is punctuation? That's just four. That just implies to me there are going to be 420 awards. So buckle in.
woo!
Did he do his own
Wow.
intro?
I can't tell.
No, somebody else. He teleported on stage though.
It's impressive.
Okay.
Nevada.
And what did you get your start in, Derek? Was it weird softcore porn?
Apparently there were 50 people in the room and 30 of them seemed like they were Derek's friends or something.
And 20 were there, ironically.
20 were fans of mine and Alex's stuff. Non-political, the 420 awards.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Political cause.
Other awards ceremonies are too political, but not the 420 awards.
I respect that.
Control
Right,
function
starts railing
2.
on the tubes and shit.
And
Wait, listen. Listen to this.
Oh, it's
He wants to
shift
make
function
it
2.
the fourth largest awards show in Hollywood in 4 years.
So I guess
Oscars,
Also-
Grammys, Emmys, 420. Fuck off, Tonys.
Where he is right now is Nevada. Right as he is filming this was in Vegas. But he
Hopefully
wants to
this
make it the
doesn't go
fourth largest
horribly,
in Hollywood.
horribly wrong.
Maybe he's playing a movie.
Which it might.
Well, we know what he's smoking.
Heroin.
Yeah, he's smoking heroin.
You know, I should have probably outlined the nose too. Oh my god. Stop. Okay. Interesting. Not what I wanted in the slightest. It did everything. Okay, I don't know what the hell I did wrong with that. But, hold on. Honestly, the skin feels a little
There's something
too
inherently
light.
memorable about the things that scare us, especially from when we're young and can't always comprehend, rationalize, or understand the things we're seeing. Things that scare you stay with you, and in some cases can even haunt you into adulthood. Everyone has movies and shows that scared them from when they were young, and in this video I'm going to discuss the media that gave me more nightmares and wet blankets then I'd care to admit. I'll be ascending in order of scariness, with the first movie or show being the least scary and ending with the most scary thing young little Alex Aichi has ever seen in his whole life. Please note that the film or show was not necessarily even a horror movie or intended to be scary, and most of them do boil down to a single moment or concept that really messed with my young little head. So with that in mind, when I was a kid, I absolutely loved Small Soldiers, but there was always something about it that made me feel a little bit uneasy. Upon revisiting, it's really not a very good movie. In fact, it's actually quite inappropriate in a lot of ways, which I guess is why it was rated at 12 here. Wait, what? It was a 12? How the hell did this ever get made? The director of Gremlins, Joe Dante, was at the helm of this creepy project about action figures who were actually extremely artificially intelligent toys that were created by a toy company by accident, sort of, who used said intelligence to craft violent weapons capable of drawing blood.
There will be no mercy.
Half of the terrifying toys were horrible mutants that only cared about escaping their cruel world they were thrust into, and the other half were horrifying soldiers who were hell-bent on murdering the mutants who in the movie were known as the Gargonites.
Our mission, destroy the Garganite enemy, DP2.
Yeah, apart from the idea of action figures coming to life already being quite a scary concept in and of itself, there was one scene in particular that really did make me feel quite anxious. There was something inherently quite disturbing about jacked up soldier toys insinuating how much they'd love to fuck a Barbie doll.
Take a look, sir. Bombshell. Moving posable. Sweet stuff. R&R, sir?
But the turn this whole Barbie section takes is quite unexpected. One of the small soldier characters was killed in a scene earlier, and the survivors were carrying his corpse around in a tiny little body bag for toys. So then the Tommy Lee Jones villain character tears the head off of his comrade's dead body, pulls the plastic skin right off of his head, revealing his hideous skull-like features underneath, and literally breaks his fucking skull in half to remove the equivalent of its brain. And as if that wasn't enough, they used the brain chip from their dead comrade to power a production facility, a Frankenstein production facility, that brings all of the Barbie dolls, which are now randomly defaced and mutants, to life.
It's alive! It's alive!
For some reason, every doll is naked and has various sharp objects strapped to them. I don't know why it was necessary for them to be completely mutated and laugh like creepy maniacs, but to be honest, I don't think this film was very interested in being safe for children. While neither being a true satire horror that parodies the friendly nature of something like Toy Story, Small Soldiers just wound up being a tonally confusing mess that had no idea if it wanted to be a funny kids movie or a creepy comedy horror in a similar vein to Gremlins, and just wound up being disturbing for an audience who were probably never supposed to actually see this. As a 6-year-old, there is nothing worse than being fearful of your own toys. Thanks very much, Small Soldiers. Appreciate it. Wallace and Gromit is a wonderful stop-motion animated series of short films that you're doing yourself a disservice if you've never seen. While Wallace and Gromit normally reserves itself to absurdist sight gags and harmless antics, there was one scene in particular that messed with me when I was quite a young child. In the Wallace and Gromit adventure, A Close Shave, there is a dog character who you believe, for the majority of the running time, is simply just a dog. But towards the last sequence, this dog character gets sucked into a scary pipe by Shaun the Sheep, and it's revealed that this dog was never a dog after all this time, and was actually a scary skeletal robot.
He created him for good. He's turned out evil.
The pacing of the scene is beautifully crafted, exactly like a horror movie, which as an adult is very entertaining, but the young version of me was very much distressed by this and found the image of an evil robot dog to be quite unsettling, naturally. Luckily, good old Gromit saves Shaun from being mangled by the mechanical mutt, otherwise this scene really really would have upset me. The sequence quickly devolves back into the usual Wallace and Gromit comedy, but not without ending with the dog being smashed into a meat mincer so his eyes pop out, then having his robot guts distributed into cans with his own face on. Obviously, not a single thing about this is scary now as an adult, and it's actually nothing but charming and funny. You're not exactly rational when you're a developing child, are you? Cans of food were a bit disturbing for a while. Was it appropriate that I was watching Tremors as a young child? In my opinion, yes, because I loved it. No good comes from being overprotective from fiction as a parent. It's a movie about a giant slug that lives in the desert that finds you through vibrations in the floor as you walk around. Sure, there's a little violence here and there, but as long as your kid isn't a fucking moron and knows that it isn't real life and it's all effects and camera trickery, I see no harm in it. Although the thought of a creature that could swallow you up while you're just doing a casual activity such as walking down the road was quite scary to me when I was younger. It somehow never escaped my mind, no matter how rational I tried to be. When I'd be walking to school and my imagination got the better of me. And sometimes I'd even go as far as to sprint upstairs when the thought was truly stuck in my head, because I knew the Graboid monster, which is the name of the giant slug, couldn't get me if I was up high and off the ground. Now, I have a lot of affinity for Tremors. It's actually a very good movie. If you can get past the extremely cheesy poster and how stupid the premise sounds, I definitely recommend this one as an adult if you like monster movies.
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
So far, we're still on movies that I was obsessed with despite having aspects that scared me, and both The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth continue this trend because they are wonderful for freaking the fuck out children.
Are you afraid of me? Think I'm going to eat you?
There is something just so much more scary about a lifelike moving puppet than a computer-generated ghost or something. When it came to choosing which one I wanted to watch, I'd always choose Labyrinth because I found it less scary because of all the singing and generally lighter tone. But if I really wanted to challenge myself, I would put on The Dark Crystal. The Dark Crystal was actually so scary and inaccessible for children in its earlier cuts that the film actually had to be reworked to appear more friendly to be accessible for a younger audience. A narrator was added and the ghastly bird-like
Well, that's because it wasn't for children.
Had voices added.
Well, children were kept in mind. I have no idea if you're listening here, but so I'm watching to I Hate Everything. He's a movie review channel that's kind of his shtick, not liking things, but he's very critical. And he's talking about The Dark Crystal. And he was talking about how the movie needed to be reworked because it was too scary and inaccessible for children. If you look at any of the puppets, you can kind of see where he's coming from. But if I'm not mistaken, The Dark Crystal wasn't just meant for kids. Obviously, there were aspects of it. I mean, it was made by Jim Henson. It was the Muppets, the Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock. That's him. But he was an art. Well, while he was an amazing puppeteer, at heart he was an artist and an experimental one at that. And I do know for a good section of his life, he disliked being known as like the kids guy, like the Muppets guy. He had a sort of internal stigma for that. And if I'm not mistaken, the Dark Crystal was part of his way of trying to make like a more legit Lord of the Rings style film. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I could have sworn it wasn't like just for kids. It was supposed to be like, well, all around. And I'm pouring myself some water really quick. I'm a bit dehydrated. see what he's looking like so far. Ah, I dropped it.
You just simply cannot make something like this not be the most fucking spine-chilling thing you've ever seen. To tell the truth, I still do find elements of the Dark Crystal to be nightmarish and unsettling. But I think that's because I feel so immersed into the world whenever I watch it. It actually feels like you're watching a completely different universe. So I found it to be completely fascinating, despite how strange and unconventional it was. Even creatures which are supposed to be friendly and lovable are fucking ghoulish. There was a particular Skeksis, who would make this disturbing moaning noise that would really get under my skin.
I know what he's
and
talking
make me
about.
feel fucking ill. It was like a...
There it is.
Jesus.
There it is.
It's time to make my move.
Basically, every scene in the movie is something completely unnerving. From the draining of one's very life essence to being captured by huge crab creatures. Even describing it to you right now is making me shiver. It's hard to put the undeniable magic of this movie into words. It's definitely a unique experience, and I honestly can't figure out if I even like it or not to this very day. As far as the labyrinth goes, though, there's
Okay,
only
so it doesn't
one
have
single
that
scene
on
that I
there.
found to be
Okay, good.
nearly unwatchable, and that's this fucking musical number with these pink things that pull themselves apart and take their eyes out and jump around on a really bad green screen. There is such a perfect level of unbridled horror in this scene that it still makes me want to throw up even if I hear the music without seeing it. I have no idea if this sequence is supposed to be as freaky as it is. I'm going to go ahead and assume that it wasn't, and they just fucked up horribly.
Yeah, I have nothing for that. I think that was supposed to be a lot more approachable than it turned out to be.
The show is so poorly acted and the effects are so laughable that in retrospect I find it hard to believe that it freaked me out the way it did. You make me scared. Everyone who used to watch Goosebumps had that one episode. You know, the one that played on your specific fears and kept you up at night. For me, this was 2 episodes. The first one was called The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. I don't really remember much about the episode, if I'm honest, but where I grew up had a lot of crop fields and farmers' land, so naturally the idea of anything skulking around them in the dark is just frightening to a young, impressionable child. Scarecrows still creep me out to this very day, and can you blame me? I mean, look at them, they're just creepy. The other episode was either The Werewolf of Fever Swamp or Werewolf Skin. Something about werewolf, I don't know. Again, I really don't remember much because I was too young, and at the time I thought it was so scary I didn't finish it, I just turned it off. And I even rewatched both these episodes, but nothing is triggering any memories, so I have no clue which one it was. The only thing I have a memory of is something to do with a werewolf and it being Goosebumps. I just thought werewolves were scary, okay?
That's probably the werewolf
I still
of the
find Alien
creepy
scary
swamp
and
or whatever the hell it's
unsettling
called.
to this day. When I first watched Alien when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I was stuck in this perfect mix of being too scared to move, but also being so fascinated by the creature and the story that I was transfixed by every single viewing. The perverse nature of a creature attaching itself to your face and laying an egg in the back of your throat, which is pushed down by food or drink, which proceeds to burst out of your chest, is possibly the greatest and most horrible monster design of all time. Aliens wasn't quite as scary to me because the xenomorphs are killed in droves, which helped combat and rationalize my fear from the first movie because it made them out to actually be killable. But even then, the scene where the woman is stuck in the wall and is begging to be killed really did stick with me because of how disturbing it was. Now, though, as an adult, Alien is easily one of my favourite movies. From the incredible set design to how real the acting and pacing feels, I would highly recommend Alien to absolutely anyone who's a fan of film, science fiction, and horror. Aliens is good too. Not quite as good, but for action movie people, it's pretty great. Now is when things get fucking creepy.
Oh yeah, there was like this weird, horrifying episode of Pingu that was giving kids like nightmares.
Well, up until something happened. In one episode, Pingu fell asleep one night and had a strange dream. It's relatively playful and innocent enough until... What the fuck is that? I can't stop looking at it. Somebody help me. Whoever thought this was a good idea must have been off their fucking tits. Because this is one of the most genuine horrors I've ever had the displeasure of witnessing. When I asked my mum if I'd missed anything off this list of things that scared me when I was young that I might have forgotten, and she said, "There was an episode of Pingu that scared you." I thought to myself, what? Pingu's adorable. Pingu's innocent. Pingu's child-friendly. It couldn't be that bad. I must have been a pussy. But holy shit, I do not blame 2-year-old me at all for being scared of that. Jesus Christ. I really do hope someone got fired over putting whatever the fuck that is in the show.
This is weird, massive walrus thing that like ate
I
Pingu's
was obsessed with reading
bed in
all
his
of the Harry
dream.
Potter books when I was a young little boy. So of course, when the movie adaptations started coming out, I was naturally excited. And for the most part, I enjoyed the movies as a kid, all apart from one scene in The Philosopher's Stone. Not the Sorcerer's Stone, The Philosopher's Stone. Get it right. As an innocent 7-year-old boy with a wild imagination, there was a scene that messed me up so bad that I actually had to have some minor child therapy to help make the nightmares go away. So what scene was it, you say? What scene could have traumatized me so much? Well, if you remember, when Harry and his friends go into the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid and Voldemort...
Oh yeah, the unicorn scene.
Sneaking around in the background. And what was that other
Yeah,
part?
Voldemort
What was it again?
murders a unicorn, and then
The fucking blood out of a
yeah,
unicorn.
he's sucking the silver blood out of it.
It's scary at the time. Rationalizing fiction isn't really important to you when you're 7 years old. But man, even to this day, seeing this scene sends shivers down my spine as it triggers the intense memories of unfiltered fear. And so finally, we're here. The thing that scared me the very most. The piece of media that scared me so much that I literally have not had the courage to revisit it until only a few months ago. And that movie is E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
What? E.T.?
I know, the classic Spielberg movie that warmed the hearts of millions is the movie that scared me the very most. But why? What could be so scary? Well, you probably noticed a recurring trend with my mind ultimately being the greatest enemy for me. As sometimes not seeing something or just being teased is far more effective than letting us see all the secrets right out. And E.T. applies this tactic early on in the beginning of the movie, keeping E.T. himself to nothing more than vague and shadowed shots of him in the wilderness, and having him reveal himself in a scene that's shot exactly like a horror movie. It's no wonder it fucked with me so much. Oh yeah, and there's also this. I never actually finished the movie because I thought it was so scary. So once I finally did build up the courage, I did actually rewatch the movie again, as I mentioned, as a 22-year-old man who's very strong and not afraid of anything. Yeah, I built up the courage to watch a heartwarming children's movie. And I actually did really enjoy it this time. The Spielberg charm is here in its full glory. And while some elements are relatively weak, such as plenty of the characters having very little development, but
I think I'll do the ears, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
It really is quite special. Goes to show you can overcome your fears of children's movies. While the previously mentioned shows and movies are the pieces of media that scared me the very most, I feel like there are a couple of honourable mentions I need to acknowledge quickly. So as much as I loved Indiana Jones as a kid, and still do to this very day, the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the Nazis' faces melt and their heads explode, made me feel weird. Kind of like the way Alien made me feel scared.
The end of
and
Indiana
disturbed,
Jones is a
but
bit...
at the same time, I kind of liked it. It's hard to explain except for that visceral feeling you get in your gut when you know something is wrong to you. The Grudge used to freak the fuck out of me. Not really the movie per se, but more just the concept of a creepy Japanese lady showing up everywhere. I specifically remember a dream I had, a recurring dream, where I'd look into a grate that was in the corner of the room, and she'd just be there staring at me. Fucking horrible. And finally, I'd like to shout out the beginning of An American Werewolf in London. The atmosphere of the moors is an incredibly unnerving conceit, and I'll never forget the blood-curdling howl.
Thank you, Mike.
Pretty great stuff.
I have no idea if you've said anything, though, because I have not been checking the chat, and I'm gonna go do that now.
So that's the end of that one then. I'd like to thank YMS for tagging me in this series so I could make my own entry.
Where, oh, where
Make sure you check out the
is
Childhood Trauma playlist,
the
which is a
chat?
collection of a bunch of great
Should
YouTubers'
probably
content on the
have
same
brought
idea.
this
It'll be
up,
in the description and link to the
but I
documentary
have
if you
not
want to check
been
that out.
thinking
So as always,
about
thanks
it.
for watching. Let me know what movies and shows scared you
Oh,
as a kid in the comments
you
below.
are no
My voice is
longer
dead.
here
I'll see
for
you
what I
next
can
time.
tell. Is it even showing me anything? Showing anything? There it is. Oh. Yeah, that's it. It just me. Thank you for following. Shame I didn't get to meet you.
Suicide Squad is AIDS Reborn. It's also one of the worst Hollywood big budget movies I've ever seen. I didn't really think it was possible to make a superhero movie that is worse than The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was so baffling in its awfulness that I never thought its shocking repulsiveness could ever be topped. Boy, was I wrong.
Save mine.
And I'm trying to look at the value of these products as movies, not just blindly hating them because they have superheroes in. It's not my fault that a lot of superhero movies also happen to be some of the worst things I've ever seen. Hate the system, not the systemer who absorbs the system. That is how that phrase goes, right? This movie makes me want to commit suicide. Squad, a joke I'm sure that's never been made before. I probably never would have made a video about this product if it wasn't for a very specific reason. After all, I never made a video about The Amazing Spider-Man 2, so why does this one deserve a video? Well, for a start, this film is significantly worse. And I fucking despise The Amazing Spider-Man 2, let me tell you. So for some reason, this film is actually loved by a significantly large group of people.
What the fuck is wrong with critics? That was an awesome fucking movie!
The film is currently sat at a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, with ratings from over
It's
200.
a very polarizing movie.
I really don't get much pleasure in saying this, but if you think that Suicide Squad is a well-rounded, great piece of cinema, you are wrong. You are very wrong. Actually, I did derive a lot of pleasure in saying that. Look, you can enjoy this film all you like. In fact, the last time I went to London, I saw plenty of people with Winsworthy Suicide Squad merchandise on. So clearly there are lots of people who love jerking off to Harley Quinn. Sorry, I mean people who adore Captain Boomerang, that famous iconic character who everyone adores. But he's got some great stories out there. I tell you what. Hey, what about the guy whose special ability is that he can climb anything?
Man who can climb anything.
He can climb absolutely anything. He's my favorite. What about the man who's a crocodile? Killer Croc. He's literally credited as Killer Croc. His name is Killer Croc. Maybe that guy's my favorite. God, it's so hard to choose with all these amazingly fresh and well-rounded, interesting characters. I've got to say, Killer Croc is almost as good as the famous Flash villain, Gorilla Grodd. Did somebody say Harambe?
Hey.
With the help of memes, any video can pretty much write itself. The passion and love for Suicide Squad reached critical mass when a particularly fucking stupid sect of these fans started a petition called Don't Listen to Film Criticism, petitioning the audiences. This is real. There's a disconnect between critics and audiences. A vague and broad sentence indeed, which to be fair isn't necessarily false, but at the same time, it's not exactly a very thoughtful opinion that holds any bearing over anything. Like, what are you trying to say with this? You may enjoy a movie regardless what the critics say about it. Yeah, I don't think anyone was arguing otherwise, mate. Everyone enjoys the old shit movie. I don't think anyone was saying that you're not allowed to enjoy it. We must get the people to know that the criticism not the measure of the quality of movies. It's just the opinions of critics. Sign the petition. Right, so basically what they're saying is, abandon the mob mentality of everyone bandwagoning with what critics say, and instead, let's all bandwagon together in the same way, but on the other extreme side of the argument. Clearly a child, or at least an adult with the brain capacity of a child. Very stupid child of that. It's not exactly the critics' fault that you hold them with such high esteem that you value and justify their opinion to the point of you being offended by their thoughts on a garbage movie about a crocodile man and a dude who can climb anything. So all in all, I think it is perfectly okay to enjoy this movie if you want. More power to you. It's just that if you tell me that you enjoy this movie on any level other than, yeah, I know it's completely flawed, broken, poorly written, pretty terrible in every way, but I still enjoyed it, and I'm sorry, but you have absolutely no critical capability for what makes a well-rounded, well-made film. You know, it is perfectly acceptable and okay to acknowledge that something is garbage, but still like it. Like, for example, there are plenty of people who would adore to have this thing in their house. And this is probably the worst fucking thing I've ever seen, after Suicide Squad, of course. I really, really don't want to go in an in-depth breakdown of the plot. I more just want to respond to why people think this movie is good and why they're wrong. But if you really have to know, because you're never going to waste your time watching it, some famous and not so famous DC Comics villains are blackmailed into stopping a ghost from destroying everything with a big laser in a world where Batman, The Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, etc., all exist. Also, take note of the fact that I summated the plot of this movie in basically one sentence. Not a single goddamn thing makes any sense. In fact, the material is handled so poorly that I'm dumbfounded. In a movie that literally has scenes in it with both Batman and the Flash, why would they not expect the audience to ask, where are the superheroes? Why are the superheroes not helping out? What is a mental patient and a guy with a fucking boomerang supposed to do against demon ghosts? What are they supposed to do? Fucking...
Yeah, I will say,
with a baseball bat?
I have no idea if you can hear anything he's saying, but he's kicking the crud out of Suicide Squad, and I understand why. My personal question about it is, why are they fighting a supervillain? Like that's on the Enchantress. The whole point of the Suicide Squad is to be a hit squad. So that's why they don't use superheroes, because they need a hit squad of more than a little above average power people, which is Killer Croc and all that. The whole point of Suicide Squad is to weaponize the criminals. Oh, this thing is probably all balls. Well, good thing Jehoshaphat. The whole point of the Suicide Squad. I really hate Xfinity. Are you kidding me? 30 frames is giving me... I only have issues if I try and check my own stream. That is horrendous. Yeah, someone's gonna die at Xfinity. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. For his best, I'm gonna make it in symmetrical, like lines going along. Isometric, maybe that's what it's. I don't know what the term is. Anyways, it's looking good so far. I think, my personal opinion. I have a very limited ability as an artist, but I try. And the more you make art, the better you get. Like in a video game, the more you do an action, the better that action becomes. So